President, the United States of America is the second largest trading partner of South Africa. And the current tension that's playing itself out there in the public domain, and with the U.S. Secretary of State not attending this summit. Yes, the U.S. is represented by the official from the embassy. How far are you in trying to reach out to President Trump directly, not with envoys, to try and iron out this? We saw him engaging President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation on a burning issue of Ukraine. When are you going to do that, or how do you hope to manage this? And finally, you spoke about peace and security. When you were addressing ministers, you just touched on the DRC. Have you been able to reach out to President Kagame after that smallanyana thing? Thank you.
Well, the United States is our second largest trading partner. It's a very important partner in a whole number of areas in which we interface in the world, be it political, trade, diplomatic, you name it. We interface and relate to the United States in many, many ways. And because we live in an interconnected world, no country can ever say that we are not going to be doing things either together directly or indirectly. So in our case, we are committed to having a good relationship with the United States, and we do relate to them in a number of ways. And what has ensued now with the Secretary of State not attending is in the end not a train smash, because the United States is still represented here, and they are part of the G20, and the discussions that will take place here are discussions that they are going to be part and parcel of. So this is not a boycott. This can be ascribed to a whole number of reasons, which he has stated, which we note. And we have resolved that we will, in the diplomatic process, be able to have those matters discussed, to have those matters dealt with, so that we are able to iron out wrinkles that may have appeared in our relationship. So they being an important player in our economy, and we also being an important player in the economy, because many companies from South Africa do invest there. And we may be a small little pimple, but we do sell stuff to them which they find very important. So we are in many ways joined, and perhaps joined at the hip. So we will continue to find ways, avenues and means through which we can continue relating to each other, despite whatever may appear as differences. And may I add that as we relate to many countries in the world, we often find that we may not agree on everything, but we always find a way of relating to each other. And similarly now with the United States, we may not agree on a number of issues, but we want, in the spirit of diplomacy, in the spirit of promoting good relations, we want to be able to have an exchange with them. You want to know directly whether we are reaching out. I spoke to President Trump soon after he was elected and congratulated him and informed him or reminded him that we are going to be having the G20 here, and they are going to have theirs the following year, so we will hand over to them. And we spoke a bit about that. We also spoke about a number of South Africans who he holds in high regard, particularly in the golfing field, and he being a better golfer than I am, he said, well, then maybe when I come, we should play golf together. And I said, okay, I'll start practicing to get to that level. So our communications are good, and we will be building up all this as we continue addressing the issues that may appear to be difficult or challenges between us, as we do with all other countries in the world. We always find a way of finding solutions. I'm a solutions-oriented person, and I think President Trump is as well, and we will find solutions in this regard. As it comes to the DRC, we were very pleased that, as I said, the EAC, the East African Community, and SADC held their joint summit and came up with really good decisions, and that was followed up by the African Union, which endorsed the decisions that had been taken, and engagement continues. And as I said, we are looking forward to the chiefs of the Defense Force talking, or meeting rather, and beginning to lay the basis for the ceasefire to be installed in that part of the world. And as leaders, we will always find opportunities to talk, to meet, and I'm one of those who will never want to engage in an argument with the leader of another country in the public arena. Things are best handled when you deal with matters diplomatically and in a way where you find solutions. And that is my general approach. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.